And 15 years ago today, a violent EF-5 tornado tore through Joplin, Missouri, leaving a massive trail of destruction right in its wake. Sadly, 161 people were tragically killed, making it one of the deadliest tornado disasters in American history. But the people of Joplin, they have rebuilt in the years since that disaster.
Fox Weather correspondent Robert Ray is in Joplin, Missouri. Robert, good morning to you. Every year, May 22nd, it is a day of remembrance for the city.
Yeah, good morning to you, Melanie, Craig, and everyone watching from a rainy Joplin, Missouri. But my goodness, the weather mild compared to what occurred 15 years ago as a long track tornado, historical tornado, began about 7 or so miles to the southwest of where we're standing right now, moved across this pocket, decimating everything in sight. EF-5, 200-mile-an-hour winds for about 6 miles. It sustained that EF-5 status, a half-mile wide, and then continuing to go on for another 14 or so miles. And you know, we thought to ourselves, how do we bring the 15-year anniversary to reality? Beyond the commemorative, things that are going on, like a walk later today, and showing the great rebuilding of the neighborhoods and the region. Well, we decided that we would track the origins of the beginning of the tornado all the way to the end where, it stopped as an EF0 in a rural pocket, 22 miles, stopping at the most important sections of this historic storm. Last hour, we saw the beginnings of the storm and where it began. And now I want to bring you into the heaviest hit areas and just re-track that scenario. Have a watch. Driving around these areas that were hit by the tornado, you find survivors of all ages. One of them was just 11 years old when it slammed into the region. He was inside a Walmart with his mother.
Dude, people were freaking out. Like, they were like, Joplin's gone. And we're like, what? Like, dude, Joplin's gone. We're like, no way. We got on the news and my mom was like, there it is. It's completely gone, dude. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. There was nothing left when we came up here.
Driving the track of the tornado, there's something that is interesting to me that I do not recall from 15 years ago in the coverage on the ground, and that is just how hilly and how beautiful this area is. We're right on that pocket of the Oklahoma border, close to Kansas. And with all the destruction and the debris many years ago, I guess I just didn't realize the beauty of Joplin and this part of the country. It was just horrific everywhere you looked. Where I'm pulling into right now is really the epicenter of destruction. We're talking about search and rescue teams that were going through feet of debris. Remarkable amount of death, injury, and destruction.
You have anything? Hey, you guys been checking the crawl space? We'll go in the house.
If we find survivors, that's basically a victory for us, but we are looking for the deceased.
You just don't understand. You can describe it, you can show pictures, but the damage was endless to the eye, and it was so surreal.
Well, I still have students I'm a high school teacher, I'm retired, but I substitute. We still have kids that are petrified when they hear that there's a tornado warning. These kids were little bitty when it happened, but they lost family members.
And I just stood in shock for I don't know how long. It could have been a half hour. I just stood in shock looking at the damage.
This is the epicenter of the EF-5 tornado damage. Just remarkable. And you know, where I'm walking through right now, a structure used to be. This was a parking lot. And we walk into this area. You know, you look at some of these pockets, nature has, well, taken over. The trees are smaller, the grass is back. There used to be homes, businesses, and the debris piles were just unfathomable. You can't wrap your mind around what was happening. You look at some of this video, you weren't sure where you're at because of how insane it all was and the disorientation of everything and the amount of search and rescue teams on the ground for not only days, but to be honest with you, for weeks, because it took so long to get all of the rubble out. But then you look above and you see the rebuild, the new homes, as if a tornado never came through here 15 years ago. But the scars are absolutely on the ground in this pocket and all over Joplin. And there is a good thing. There's a memoriam, a park built, Mercy Park, where St. John's Hospital used to be. And then they built the new hospital now called Mercy Hospital not too far away. Our next stop on the track of all of this is Mercy Park. I want you to see the beauty. And back here live, pouring rain here in Joplin. And I urge you to tune in next hour. You're not going to want to miss the conclusion to our coverage of tracking the historic tornado in Joplin from 2011 and looking at some of these stories. The next hour at Mercy Park, we have a story to share that will really, I think, make you understand how just spiritual and serious all this was 15 years ago and is today. And I want to put this into a little bit of a deeper perspective. About 75% of the city of Joplin, that's about 50,000 plus residents, was affected. 25 to 30% total destruction. And where we're standing, if you can just imagine in your eyes' mind, 15 years ago, home after home, business after business, hospitals, senior living facilities wiped off the face of the earth. Search and rescue teams with cadaver dogs, search and rescue teams from around the country moving into here as quickly as they could, combing through piles of debris 10 feet, 15 feet, pulling out miracles. People were pulled out. Others were found dead. Over 1,000 people that were injured, over 7,500 structures in Joplin that were compromised or completely destroyed. This is a storm that caused such trauma and catastrophic results that it will never be forgotten here in the United States. But one thing is certain that also will never be forgotten, and that is the resilience of Americans coming together and helping each other. And behind the camera right now, I'm looking at people who are volunteers taking a photo as they will begin their day, as they will feed people that are commemorating throughout the day in this rain and into the night. Operation Barbecue Relief out of Kansas City. Just one example of the many good people in this region and the U.S. that came to the aid of Joplin.